You are not looking for another way to endure your life. You are looking for a way to make it worth living. You want work that matters, love that strengthens you, and the steady confidence that comes from knowing your choices create a life you can admire. This natural desire for happiness frequently arrives carrying a heavy burden of guilt. Traditional cultural and moral systems often treat success, wealth, and self-interest with suspicion. They condemn achievement as selfishness, dismiss prosperity as materialism, and confuse earned pride with arrogance. These messages share an underlying demand. Your life becomes good only when placed second. This forces productive people to apologize for success and the responsible to carry the irresponsible, suggesting that taking your own life seriously means you care too little about everyone else. A moral code turning your strengths into debts trains you to systematically betray your own interests. If we start instead with the fact that your life requires specific, rational actions to be sustained, a different purpose emerges. Since your life is your primary value, the emotional consequence of successfully sustaining that life is happiness, making it the logical goal of your moral choices. This requires a specific definition, as many distractions masquerade as fulfillment. A quick thrill, a weekend escape, or a pile of possessions might provide a temporary diversion, but they cannot fill a life that lacks purpose. Compare these models. Sparks fade instantly, while rational happiness is a steady light, the reward of aligning choices with reality. Reality never negotiates with evasion. You cannot fake competence or ignore your health. Cause and effect always operate. Reason provides the method for navigating this reality. It allows you to identify what is true, anticipate consequences, and correct mistakes before they cause damage. Far from being cold or robotic, reason protects your ability to achieve everything you love. It ensures your emotional life actually corresponds to the facts of the real world. A happy life requires moving from thought to action, pursuing the specific values that support your long-range flourishing. Productive work serves as the primary mechanism for turning human thought, skill, and imagination into values that did not exist before. Solving problems and creating products provides visible evidence that your mind can successfully shape reality. That evidence builds real self-esteem. Rather than empty praise, self-esteem is the earned conviction that you are capable of living and worthy of happiness. This makes character inseparable from happiness. You must respect both the goals you achieve and the person you become while reaching them. If happiness is the goal, how does that change the way we treat other people? Rational self-interest means building relationships through reason, honesty, and voluntary trade. It replaces sacrifice with an exchange where both individuals benefit. Rejecting self-sacrifice allows for genuine kindness. Supporting someone you love expresses your deepest values and makes your own life richer. Love operates as a response to value. We are drawn to others because their character, ambition, and spirit contribute to our own enjoyment of life. Real love strengthens your life because the person you love becomes a genuine value to you. This makes generosity a deeply self-interested act that reflects your highest standards. Even with this understanding, the old feelings of cultural guilt will likely return. When that happens, perform a guilt audit. Examine the moral standard behind the feeling before you allow the emotion to guide your actions. If you actually betrayed a rational value or evaded a responsibility, you have earned guilt that requires correction. But if you feel guilty for your success or your strength, you are facing unearned guilt, which requires total rejection. Think clearly. Work productively, trade value for value, and refuse to live by the borrowed judgment of others. You do not owe the world your misery. Your happiness is the reward for a life lived well, honoring the only life you'll ever have.